If you sleep, you better wake.
With Matt and Seth, we back,
Oh.
baby.
How does it feel?
Back.
New
They
mics.
thought they could keep us down. The economy, the tariffs, it's not going to work. You're not going to stop us, buttholes. Hoot. Okay, let's do a little catch up. We've been gone, baby. A lot of happened.
It's been about 2 months, maybe, or
A lot
more.
of living. How you been, bro?
Doing all right. Still unemployed.
Still looking for a job?
Yeah.
You got your routine. You wake up, you get your lottery ticket, you exercise, you
Yeah. It's
check out the girls at the pool, and come back here and do laundry and meditate.
It's a simple life, but a good one. You know.
Healthy
Yeah.
and stress-free.
Try to be.
You doing a lot of painting? You did new painting at Hoot?
That's right. Doing some hooting on some painting.
I was in a creative. I quit my job.
Ooh. Yeah.
They
You gotta
cut
get into
my-
that though.
They cut my schedule and made me a food runner instead of server, which I'd been doing for 2 years. Cut me to part-time after I told them I had cancer in my ear. Coinkadink.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to put that on them.
Is that how you
and,
treat a guy with cancer?
I said, yeah. I said, what the hell? And they said, sorry, pal. You're 3 days a week now, and you're 2 out of 3 of those you're not even serving. You're just running food like a bitch. Not that it's a bitch job, but I signed up to be a server. Food running is boring, and it slowly drives you insane because you say the same thing over and over. So I said, can I just go back to my old schedule, my old job, the one I got hired for 2 years ago? I've been here longer than anybody. And they said, sorry, pal. You're going to still be a food runner. I said, no, I'm not. You can do that shit yourself. Politely take me off the schedule. Didn't throw a scene.
That's good.
I didn't make a scene. I'm not going to freak out. I kind of want to. Do a Jerry Maguire. Who's coming with me? And a week later, everybody, it's like a house of cards, dude. It's all folding. Everybody left because all the bullshit. Changing your schedule. Fucking with shit.
Maybe.
They could have just left it. It's just like Trump and the tariffs. If they had just done nothing and let the restaurant run, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's weird.
But that was 2 years of your life now.
And I got nothing to show for it. I broke even for 2 years. So now I'm focused on the pod, on comedy, on the people, the nice people. And
Not those jerks telling you what to do.
yeah, so I guess we should explain. Oh, cool. This is going to be one stereo channel. Oh, wait, you're not talking. Hold on. Talk a little bit.
Talking a little bit.
Okay, cool. So,
The equipment's gone.
Equipment. So we were just chilling one day, and who came over like the repo man and was like, started taking all his stuff back. I'm like, what are you doing? We had really nice fancy mics. They sounded great. They sound all right. And Hoot just said, I got to pawn this stuff. I'm out of cash. The economy turned on me. And so he took all the fancy mics and the fancy mixing board and all the doodads and trinkets.
Have you ever pawned anything?
No.
No?
I've sold stuff to a pawn shop.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And bought stuff from a pawn shop, but
Same.
he pawned it. So he still has it. He's just got to pay the interest or whatever on it, or the loan, whatever it is. And he's going to get it back, and we're going to be back to sounding great again.
But until then.
Until then, this is our makeshift. I had a spaz. I spazzed, and I got an oil change, and I was right by Rock and Roll Rentals. I said, how much are some regular-ass mics? And these were...
Is that a cool place?
yeah, it's great.
What do they have in there?
Sorry, something's rubbing up against something. I'm going to try to... I heard this weird little... Oh, I think it's my stupid headphones. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
You can just rent... I rented drums there.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, when I was in college. And they're like, "Do you have a... Are you an account with us?" And I was like, yeah, fucking 20 years ago. So I ran a drum set just to play drums and fuck around with Teabag.
Nice.
And, but yeah, these mics are like $45 a pop. And they get the job done. And we'll see how this is. Maybe I'll clean it up a little, but probably not because I'm lazy. So, yeah, the equipment's gone. And we still got the little trusty Zoom recorder that's been dropped twice. Each time we did a production, somebody dropped it. It still works, though.
I say we're doing all right. For our circumstance and what the last 2 months, you know.
Yeah, we're holding on, pal. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm out of work. You're out of work.
We're having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel guilty because you're just chilling and it's like everyone's like, you wake up and everybody's working hard and you're like, you're basically retired. You're living on the
Well, I
dole.
know it's coming to an end because I only have so much left.
Right.
But also, I know that I've worked so hard up to
For
this
so
point.
long. Yeah.
That I'm like, okay, it's nice just to chill. And it's only been like 2.5, 3 months, which is a good amount of time of just chilling. But I've also like seen the fam. like
Yeah, you got to see your fam.
Yeah, and
save money on food. Be like, no, I just want to see you guys. Definitely not for free groceries. I miss you. Come make with the mac and cheese. Let's go, Ma. Yo. Hey, Ma, how about some chicken?
Yeah, I was like, I'll go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
You don't worry about it.
Dude, it's so tempting. Yeah, my parents are like, come back to Reno. Just move in the basement. I'd be like, I would never leave that basement. I would just hole up in there.
Especially that sweet-ass pad. And then you have the casinos nearby and like
Oh,
a
dude,
lot of
I'd be
entertainment.
degenerate. I'd be buying Coke at the casino, just staying there at the dollar slots or the nickel slots or the quarter slots. And last time I was in Vegas, on a $20 investment, won $100. I made money on vacation. But like you said, we work so much. I've never taken like a proper vacation. Like I'm going to Europe or like I'm taking 2 weeks off to go to Maui. I've never like scheduled a proper vacation because I always had jobs where it's just like you work all the time and you can take off if you request it like a month ahead for like a couple days. Like
Right.
the only days I get off for Christmas and like a family reunion. And it's like 4 days and they're furious. They're like, wow, taking 4 or 5 days off. Like, motherfucker, that means I work 51 weeks a year. Like, you're welcome. Like, this is absurd. Like, what have I done for you lately? I'm killing myself for nothing, no money. And then meanwhile, people that make a lot of money, they take as much time as you want. 3 months maternity leave, 6 weeks vacation, whatever. They're just, hey, take it. You need it. You work hard.
That's with a lot of these remote jobs now too. Everybody's just traveling and doing their job from the airplane or airport, hotel room, Airbnb, and they're getting paid out the butt. And yeah, it's rare to have just time off where you can be like, and then it makes you realize during this time off too, it's like, what do I want to deal with again? After 2 years of doing something or 3 years or 4 years or whatever, you think about during this time off, like, what can I handle now? You know, after all this, especially being...
And is it all worth it? Is any of it worth it?
Right. Yeah, but it's like find the field that is going to make you the most comfortable and satisfied with whatever you're doing to earn a living, but it's also like, what is that? That's always been my question.
And then what's the balance and how do you is there a job? I've never had a job I liked. I'm miserable at every job because it's like manual labor. My dad's like, you need a career. I'm like, I went to college. I went to film school, waste of time, but I ended up using it. I wasn't film, but now the film business, I was a set decorator and all the set deck jobs you can just create with AI now. You can build a set digitally. Why would you pay? You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
I feel like we should have mic holders with these. Actually, try to hold it like right here. Not there's like something rubbing.
Like this?
Yeah. Okay. Now it's not. Well, you don't have to hold it like that the whole time. But
Just
it's
like,
there's like a rubbing sound.
Talk to me, baby.
Yo, Stacy, talk to me, baby. Maybe it's just in the headphones, dude. I don't think it's getting on the recording. I think it's just the headphones rubbing. Anyway, sorry. I need to stop being a bitch. We're doing it though. You know, it was funny because we were like talking about this. I was like, I got the Zoom recorder. We can go get mics. And today I just snapped and bought all the shit and watched a tutorial. I didn't even know how to use my own equipment. Or I learn and then I forget. Like I learned how to use a camera. If you ask me how I shot film in film school, or I couldn't tell you.
Really?
I did it at one point. I knew all the gadgets. I'm like, if you show it to me now, I'm like, I couldn't do it. It's weird, you know. It goes away.
Just because it's obsolete?
No, you just forget. Like,
Oh.
I studied, because in film school, that's all I did. I didn't have a job, so I just take a camera and I would read every part of the manual. And if I didn't know something, I'd go to the professor, like, what does this button do? Why? And learn every little function. So I just wanted to control it completely. And now I'm lazy. Same with this. So like I watched a 10-minute tutorial. And I'm like, oh, it's pretty straightforward. But they lay everything out for you, which is really nice.
You think it's a good or bad thing?
I think
like everything's so much easier now.
I think it's good because it's just about getting, like when I was in film school, Paul Steckler, the head, was like, we were in our first film class and we knew nothing, you know, and it was like DV tape. And he was like, look, guys, I could teach a monkey how to use a camera.
The monkey.
A capuchin monkey. I could teach an animal how to use a camera in about 30 minutes.
Dr. Watson.
Yeah, the technical stuff is not hard. It's just learning the settings. And like in a day, I could teach you how to work a camera, the audio, all that. He's like, it's how you use it and why you use it and where you put it and why you know what I mean? So like, it's really just like
a wiener.
Yeah, I guess. No, but it's like the tech. Sorry, this is killing me. Something is rubbing. But it's just sorry. I don't know. I don't know how this will sound. Hopefully it'll be all right.
Yeah. This is a good comeback episode of figuring out checking.
Yeah.
Mike
so if it's not
checking.
perfect, sorry.
Yeah. To all our 10
think
listeners.
I think this is better. I think it's fine.
Nice.
I think it's just in my headphones.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were we saying? Oh, yeah. It's like the equipment is just it's how you use the equipment.
Right.
You know, it's not the equipment isn't like the be all end all. It's like, and the equipment changes all the time. So like this technology, I wish I was around. Dude, in film school now, you can make with the digital cameras they have and a little SD card that costs $15, you can make a film in 4K that looks like a real movie and sounds like a real movie for nothing. And you could pretty much do that when I was in film school or close to it. But now there's no like, you had to capture tape in real time. And if the physical tape got fucked up, you were fucked. So now it's just all digital. You pop that motherfucker into your computer, just boop. It's just, there's the file, 4K video, cut it up, do anything you want, and make a real professional thing with like a week's worth of training, seriously. And you don't know something about a camera you bought, how to shoot a cinematic tutorial on the camera. There's like a 15-minute video that'll be like, here's cinematic settings. They'll give you that look you're looking for because you don't waste. You want to know. It's good to know what to do manually and don't set it on auto. But for our last couple projects, we were so lazy and we didn't have. I had to direct. I didn't have time to figure out the camera, so I just put it on auto. It looked great, and I knew some settings I wanted. And I set those, but it was just like, if I don't, if it was a real problem, I would fuck with it. But sometimes you just want to get to shooting. It's like. You can fuck with. I remember that was a problem in film school. Like, there'd be a DP fucking with the shot for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and it's like, you gotta like, we could just got. It's as good as it's gonna get,
Yeah.
And there's some DPs that are really fast. They're like 5-10 minutes. They're like, check it, and you're like, looks great. So you just got to learn to make decisions because you can fuck with things forever. Same with like editing but like this, I just want to put something out. So I was like, let's get some mics. I know this is the most boring fucking shit ever. Sorry, we should get into real.
No, but
real talk.
You can use this. Think how easy this is to take on the go, too. Yes.
We could do this anywhere, anytime. And now it's all set up for our voices.
It's crazy because when Hoot had all of his stuff here, it was just, this table was filled.
Yeah. It sounded a little clearer.
Yeah, for sure. But it's also just for convenience, easy.
Yes.
Set up, take down, put in pocket, whatever. It's pretty good for what it is.
I concur.
And I am curious to hear.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt.
So what's happened, man, in the last several months?
You should tell them what you've been puffing on there because I don't think they've seen you puff on it.
Yeah, and, I'm really trying to quit smoking, so I caved and I bought a pack. I said I wouldn't, but if I don't buy beer, I probably won't smoke. I'm trying to like whittle down to none. And
you know what you should do?
I got this thing. It's an IQOS thing. It vaporizes real tobacco, and they just rolled it out in Austin. I was on the ground floor, baby. So now I got to put a new one in. But this is great because it's real tobacco. It's the ultimate loophole. It's like get out of jail free card. You can just really vape real tobacco, no smoke, but real tobacco. So like, it's like the perfect workaround, if you're trying to like make a deal with the devil. This is how you beat him.
That's how you beat the devil.
Beat off the devil.
Hey,
beating off the devil. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Beating off the devil because I wish I could.
That would have been good. Beating up the devil.
Beating off the devil.
Beating off
Beating off the devil. Take me to another level. Got to. I don't get it.
That would have been good.
We were still. That's a fun little one. Well, that's a nice little.
I kind of wanted just to test the mics for that sound.
Yeah, they sound fine.
Just
there's a rubbing, but I think it's just in my headphones. We'll find out. And if it's not, I will be very put out. Okay, because it keep rubbing against my big fat meaty thighs, my big dome. I went on a date last night.
Oh, that's right.
It was nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You walked there.
I walked there. Easy Tiger. So if you want to come kill me, I'm right up the street from there. You could probably figure it out.
Yep.
Yeah, I went to Easy Tiger. It was great. Little pricey, but not too bad, honestly. Beautiful view.
Good view.
Talked for hours. If you like to talk for hours. I just heard that song. You ever hear a song? Anyway, date was great, but might go out again. You ever hear a song that just like really changed your mood? I was driving around today doing errands, and Spin Doctors, the Toronto Spin Doctors. Little Miss can't be wrong.
Great song.
Little Miss can't be wrong. Gets you going. Just not serious, just lighthearted, fun.
Yeah.
Takes you back to the 90s, chill, slap bass. And then
Going to Hastings, buying it on,
going to Hastings.
you know.
Hastings.
It had a smell.
The
has a
Hastings smell. Target has a smell too.
It does.
Yeah,
It's
Hastings.
called Hot Girl.
Yeah, hot. Kind of like just got out of bed, sticky, like picking out a wedgie girl though. Kind of like, kind of greasy.
Yeah, a little grease.
Kind of a little like mascara running, like sunglasses on.
Sweated in her sleep a little bit.
Drunk, drunk for the night before. Just threw on like flip flops and
had weird
pajama
dreams.
bottoms. Yeah,
Matt's been having weird dreams.
I've been having weird dreams at work. I keep dreaming I'm asked back and they change everything, and then I quit again. It's like this vicious cycle of, because when you work for somewhere for 2 years and then you just don't. It's just like, I did make the decision kind of heat of moment, but I couldn't handle the I couldn't handle the disrespect. The disrespect they gave me, it would not stand. I felt so fucking disrespected. You got a fucking, I don't know what accent this is, but I trying to do like a New York, like I felt you disrespected me, you know? Oh, what is this? Like, to go back there and go back to like I was being punished when I did nothing wrong. I never was late. I never left early. I did my job. Didn't drink on the job like some people. It's like, what the fuck? Just because he didn't like me, I snapped at the manager once because he was up my ass, and I was like, could you crawl out of my ass, please? I apologize, but I think that was a bridge too far, speaking truth to power. Though everybody was like, yes.
Get him.
Because seriously, it's like, you are up my, could you let me do my job? And it's like, I'm older than this guy. I'm like, it's like big. I'm 6 months older than you, asshole. Like, stop trying to tell me what to do. I see the fear in your eyes. I see you're not a leader. I can, like, if this were like the Serengeti, I would be a lion. I would pounce on this guy. I see he's terrified. I can see his eye in his eyes. He's completely like if his brain could talk, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I took this job. I don't know anything. I'm just scrounging. I'm just flailing. Like, that's what his eyes say.
You scared me.
And it's just like, I wanted to go up to him and be like that No Country for Old Men guy and be like, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about, do you? He's like, well, I got to be closing up. What time do you close? Now is not the time. What time do you close? Oh, man.
We watched Big the other day. It was a great movie.
Oh, Big's great.
Brought back.
It's one of my favorite movies, Penny Marshall from Laverne and Shirley, who I always thought was kind of sexy on Laverne and Shirley.
Really?
She kind of got, she got in director's body later. But, that happens to everybody. But, man, Laverne and Shirley, something about her.
Shout out to Laverne.
She looked good, dude. I mean, I forgot. I was like, Penny Marshall.
Laverne doesn't even sound like a woman's name. I was thinking of
Laverne. Oh, Mildred. No, but Big is one of my favorite movies because it's innocent. And it's not like Jack, where Robin Williams is like, I'm a kid. Look, I'll be gross and grab my nipple. It's like, no, he's just like naive and,
I remember that scene where he goes up his shirt and goes like.
Yeah. It's just too much.
He does that.
Kids wouldn't do that. They would just be too afraid to even talk to him, like, be more subtle.
The nanny was in that movie.
Oh, she can get it too. Still looking good.
Nanny?
Forget how hot Fran Drescher was because of that laugh. It was always like, just like Peg Bundy. Like, oh, she's annoying. It's like, that's a hot lady. What are you talking about? Like,
she was in UHF.
Yeah, UHF's another great one.
That's right.
Just cuts his arm off with the whip.
Yeah.
Who wants to? Who
Conan,
says,
the librarian.
my favorite was Gandhi.
Yeah.
Coming back, come on. Just with a bunch of bitches in the club. Just machine gunning people eating meat.
It's great.
Come on.
UHF, if you haven't seen it, watch it. Amazing.
They don't make them like that no more.
No. Very fun.
But, yeah, man, you've been dating a little. Well, not dating, just kind of popping in and out of
it's really
randos. You get fed up and you get on a dating site and you're like a fisherman that catches a fish in the first 30 seconds. You're like, I'm done for the day. I got my.
I don't care. Like, it's such an impulse thing to be on it and to check it. And in reality, I'm just like, this is not. But you've pulled dates off of it too. But I'm just like, I see it for just something where
it's like 1 in 100. Yeah. My average is, I mean, I treat it like. But you get hot girls. I mean, I do too. I'm not saying the girls, but like you get crazy hot girls, and then you're like, nah, she's boring. I look at the picture, she's like the hottest girl I've ever seen. I'm like, I'll take boring. Like I could deal with boring.
Yeah, but
I can just daydream while she talks. I can just think of stuff.
But it's like, what am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? It's like you would know if I really like somebody. I would be like, Matt, here it is.
Yeah, I
You know?
guess I've seen that before with you, with some wild girls back in our younger days.
It's it's best just to avoid them until I get my shit right. Like once I have a good like idea of what my day to day will look like and where I will be financially, you know, in a couple months, where we'll be like, okay, now I can actually put a lot more focus into that.
It's hard to go out when you don't have a job because you think you're fucking her and you're thinking about I need to reply to that email, I need to get a job. Like I fucked up a lot of good relationships because I was just out of my head. Like I'd be with them and be like, where are you? Like I'd be making out the girl and just thinking about I need to get a job tomorrow. I need to like you can't like relax and be in the moment and you're thinking about every dollar you spend. You're on a date. You're like I shouldn't be doing this. Like
yeah.
But then it's like again the same thing. It's like I've busted my ass. Like I never get a break. I always work shit jobs. It's my own fault. It's my own fault. I never like.
But this is the time to think about that. Of like, what can you go back into? Would you rather be?
Are there
into,
any jobs? The jobs report, the GDP's down, the tariff. Like, it's hard. I mean, you've been applying for jobs. Like, I had a friend who's staying here. He's like, I applied for 100 jobs and got one interview. Like, it's just brutal, dude.
Yeah. Sometimes you apply for jobs, they don't even open it or look at it, and it's just like, oh, okay. It's it's getting old, especially as you get old.
It's just, that's why you're lucky to have a career, let a solid foundation because it's so rare.
You know what's funny? If we wanted to.
Yeah.
Look at that.
We could just pop up.
Look at that.
I might do it.
Look at this.
What is that rubbing? God damn it. Must be the headphones.
Probably your headphones.
It's all right. I don't think it's coming through the fucking thing, but.
Look, this is Relax Pod. Oh, God.
You're in the.
Chill zone.
You're in the. We should do a body positivity pod called Bod Pod. There's got to be that, right?
Oh.
You're perfect the way you are. Celebrate with Cheetos in a movie. Bod Pod. Right? That's going away, though, right? Body Pod. I think Trump came in.
It'd be funny to do our version of it, though. Like what you just said. That'd be funny.
This week's podcast is 5 minutes long. You look great. You look great, too. Well, that's it. We did it. Did you work out this week? Nope. Don't need to.
You look great still, bye.
You're still perfect. That's the thing about telling people they're great. They're like, oh, then like you're about to go to the gym and someone's like, why would you go to the gym? You're beautiful. You're like, you're fucking right. I was about to. What an idiot. I didn't even need to.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know what I mean? You're like, wow, save me 30 minutes. But I get it why you go to the gym every day. It is like a kill switch to anxiety. Like, and you get so used to it. Like every time I go, I never regret it. I've never gone to the gym and be like, that sucked.
Right.
I always leave and I'm like, wow. It's like backing off the cliff edge for a minute. You're like, wow, I was about to jump there. Like, it just puts things in perspective. You're like, I feel fine. I'm a little hungry too.
After I get done with the gym, it's like, boosh, anxiety, get out of here.
Yeah, because we're like high-strung guys. I think we're like naturally anxious guys. I think we hide it with like activity, but like,
I have to be doing something, and if it's not physically, then it stirs up and goes mentally, and I overthink, I obsess, I overthink, I do all these different things where it's just like, this isn't good. Let me get into my body. And once you get into your body, you start breathing.
Yeah. And your brain's still going a mile. My brain is still doing all this OCD bullshit, and I just kind of ignore it. It's kind of like dragging a kid to the bank. My brain is the kid, and my body is the adult. And I'm like, we're going to the bank, and my brain's like, I know. And it just lays down, like, ah. And I'm like, come on, we're going anyway. Like, ah. And then it's just, my brain's just grumpy the whole time. But then finally, I just like, shut up, dude. And, you know.
That's right. It's conquering your little bitch head. That monkey mind. That monkey mind.
The monkey mentality. It's just because your mind is like reaching for stuff, constantly trying to distract you. And you just got to say, not today, Satan.
Do you meditate, Matt?
I try. I'm terrible at it. I guess I should. I guess, but doing it is better than not at all.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Wow,
just turn everything off. Sit in your chair.
I need to do that, dude.
And just breathe.
Just breathe.
Just fucking breathe, Matthew.
Just fucking do it. I need to load another future Blade Runner cigarette here. This is the cigarette they smoke when they're interviewing a replicant. Like, see if this guy's a fucking robot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, push it in.
Oh, yeah, that feels good. Look at that.
You like that?
Deep.
Do you like that?
So fucking deep.
Oh, God.
Okay, it's getting a little weird.
It's heating up to 600 degrees.
It's funny how easy things are, like when you just decide to do things. Like this I had thought about for a long time. Took like 20 minutes to get the microphones, hook it up, learn how to use my own equipment.
Yeah.
It's funny how most things in life are not that hard if you just start doing. I'll just start making moves. Sometimes when I have to clean my bathroom, I just throw bleach in there, and then I'm like, fuck, because I have to scrub it out.
You just
You
go
know
in
what I
there
mean?
and just,
Yeah, like I get ahead of it, and I'm like, what am I doing? And it's too late. I'm like, all right, and then you kind of have to do that, you know.
yeah. Just
You
throw,
gotta trick yourself.
yeah, throw bleach on yourself.
No, that's like Sammy Sosa. That play
Rough.
I got pink.
Yeah.
That is weird to bleach your skin and be like, it's me, and everyone's like,
It's your boy.
hey, and you can't even bring it up. Like,
Like, play
what have you been up to? Like, you just gotta like pretend it's like normal, like Sammy.
Yeah.
And then he was like something like it was a phase or something. He was like, I'm back. I was just fucking around. Like, it's like, bro, don't. It's crazy, dude. You looked better.
Yeah. You were black. Now you're looking like this candle.
It looked like when you're like after you skin your knee and you peel off the scab and it's like that pink kind
That's
of.
weird.
Poor Sammy.
Especially on black guys where they scab their knees and it's really pink. You're like, oh, dang. You know?
I guess. I don't
Yeah.
stare at black guys' knees now.
Well, it's from when, like, I was playing sports and, like,
Oh, yeah.
it would scrape their elbows or knees. You're
Oh,
like,
because of the contrast. Sure.
yeah. I was like, shit. Me? I was like, all right.
You don't even notice. You're just
Yeah.
scabbed up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like, that's just Seth. I think he scraped his knee. They always look scraped.
I'm just one big scar. Yeah. You know what's great about these monkeys?
What?
Is that it's
Oh,
like,
is that like a...
see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. And
What's
look,
that
the other
last guy doing?
He's covering up his monkey.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
just covering his balls.
He's like, hey, don't fucking know
I never
evil.
heard about the fourth monkey,
I know.
the ball monkey.
That's right. Jared gave it to me. And I was like, okay. I've never seen this one before. Basically telling us not to touch our wieners.
Did he make you pay for that gift also?
No.
He
Actually, I talked to him and he was like, no, you told me you would give me $30. I was like, all right.
He gave you a shirt and then he was like, and that'll be $35.
It's a cool shirt.
Saw this and thought of you. Oh, thanks, man. And here's your invoice.
He gave me this shirt too.
It'd be funny if Christmas worked like that. You open your presents, you're 8, and they're like, all right, let's tally up what you owe us. $195.
That's all Christmas is an exchange of money. Where it's just like, hey, how much did you spend and I spend? And then you calculate it up. It's like I bought this stuff for myself, you know?
Yes. And how do you know how many presents to buy? I think I would get like 5 to 7 presents of varying like
size.
maybe like one expensive present like a Super Nintendo, and then it would be like stuffed animal, like ball, cheap stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So you get like a lot. Then you don't notice. You think you got a lot of gifts. You got like a handball, $5, a Ninja Turtle, $10,
Yeah.
$15 action figure, and then you get the big guns, the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Probably the best Halloween of my life. 4th grade. My friend Jason and I, we were 10.
Ooh.
Orange County.
Spooky.
And 10, old enough. Parents say, boys are on your own, and you better take a pillowcase. That little pumpkin ain't going to cut it. 2 pillowcases. Only filled up the first one, but think how much candy that is. A pillowcase full of candy. Filled up the first one on our own, 2 10-year-olds pushing each other in the bushes. Covered the whole neighborhood. And this is before there's a lot of people out. They're not worried about us getting scooped up or diddled, you know.
Yeah.
Went by one house. I remember like 5 guys just watching a scary movie, and I think it was like 5 Hispanic dudes just chilling. And we go up to the door, and they were just not even looking at us. And we were like, trick her. And they're like, hey, no, candy right there. Just whole Snicker bars. They're like, grab just one. And they're like, yeah, happy Halloween. Yeah, get out of here. Like they're watching like a slasher movie or something.
Hey, one Snickers,
yeah, one and a regular size Snickers. We were like, these guys must be rich. I was like, they must be the richest guy. Like, who does this?
No, I just don't want to be fucking bothered.
He didn't talk like that. Maybe I guess I just take one motherfucker. Fucking, you take more than one, I'm gonna fuck you up. But
yeah, trick or treat.
Now get the fuck out of here. That's the only guy I can do. The guy from Training Day. Hey, Jake, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Looks like.
Anyway, but I thought those guys ruled. I was like, these guys get it. They were like probably like 25, 30 years old. They had a house, rented, just the boys watching, and they were like, fuck it. Like they were just like, candy. All right, just get a full candy bars. I thought it was insane. A bowl full of full Snickers. That was like, baller, dude.
Yeah.
Just legends. But and then we finished, right? It's like 9 o'clock.
What were you dressed as?
Ninja, classic. I think Ninja, and I think he had a mask like Jason. Oh, his name was Jason. He had Jason mask.
Nice. Like
Simple cost, just a hockey mask.
Yeah.
That was it. Maybe a little blood.
maybe a little ketchup.
Maybe a little fake knife.
Yeah.
I had Ninja, classic. Can't go wrong.
Did you have a sword?
Did I have a sword? I have a fucking ninja. I had a katana, baby.
Nunchucks?
No nunchucks. Parents couldn't find the nunchucks. But
Bow staff?
no, I thought that was the lamest weapon. It's a stick.
Yeah. Those little 3-fork things, the little prong things that look like this.
The sai.
Is that what they're called?
Those were like Raphael. Like,
Yeah.
how come in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies in the 90s, he was the only one with like a New York accent? They're like, Raph, where you going? I'm going out. Is that okay with you? It's like, who's this guy? Why is he?
Yeah. Where'd you come from? What ooze did you get into, player?
Lost a sai.
Yeah.
He's like just strict Brooklyn. He sounds like Michael Rappaport. Hey, yo, I'm a Ninja Turtle over here.
Yeah.
Listen, Trump, you clown. I will put the ooze on you. No, and but yeah. So anyway, me and Jason, we're pretty fit guys. We get the whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
Boom, 2 full pillow sacks. No more house in the neighborhood. We come home. My dad says, you know what? It's about 30 minutes left. I'm driving to the next neighborhood over. You're getting another pillow. Get another sack, boys. Dropped us off. We just made like bands. He goes, you got like 20 minutes. We just ran door to door to door. 2 sacks candy. My birthday, November 1st. Halloween, Friday. My birthday, the next day. Guess what I get? Boosh, Super Nintendo.
This one right here?
No, the real one. That's the re-release. My parents probably still have it. Super Nintendo, Super Mario World. I'm 10 years old. Candy.
Yeah.
Super Nintendo. Boom.
Done, son.
First kid on the block to have it.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 2 saved up all year. $75 for this game.
Yeah.
Imagine how much that costs now. It's like $300.
Probably.
1992. I get Street Fighter 2. Suddenly there's like 10 smelly boys in the entertainment room every day. My dad's like, all right, get out of here.
Yeah.
All right, party's over, fellas. Go home. Hey, get out of here. Don't you have homework to do? And he was like, you got to stop with these smelly boys. I guess I come home, just rank, loud 10-year-olds just playing Street Fighter.
Eating leftover candy.
Just wiping their
touching
nose.
everything.
Wiping their nose and wiping on the carpet. He's just like, God damn it.
He's like, I fucked up.
I get it now, dude. I remember he was trying to be nice about it, but I could see he was just like, yo, like, this has to stop.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, if you think about it, too, it's just innocent boys. You know, it's like you're literally just doing the most innocent thing in the world.
Oh, yeah, of all the things we could be doing.
Right.
I remember, like, it was the way I hung out with, like, older kids, and they were, like, 12, and I was, like, 10. They were, like, 12 or 13. And I had no idea what they're talking about. And they'd be playing Street Fighter, and they'd be like, bruh, this is like Southern California. I'd be like, bruh, did you hang out with Kirsten? I'd be like, dude, she came over and we made out on the couch. And I was like, what did they make? In my head, I was like, what were they making? I mean, making stuff with a girl, that's got to be fun. Like a pot, maybe like a little
peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah, did they weave like a little, like one of those little things you weave with yarn, maybe a little scarf? Man, making crafts with the girls, that sounds fun.
Sounds badass.
'Cause making out, what is that? Why didn't he say we kissed on the couch?
Well, you didn't know.
Yeah. I didn't know for a long time.
I didn't either.
Making what? What are we making? Why are we making it out? What making out?
What about
making
making
out
it-
how? Making out fine? How are you making out? Making out good?
Making in? Would it be, hey, we're making in?
Making bacon, that's when two
Yeah.
porkers. That was remember in the Karate Kid movie, the first one, the first kid he meets has a tank top that says making bacon. It's 2 pigs fucking. I thought it was great. I was like, this guy's funny.
You should have that shirt. I could see you having
Making
that shirt.
bacon.
I like that.
Yeah. I got too many silly shirts. I think I told myself buying no more shirts, no more shoes. I got a closet full of stupid, kitschy, vintage shirts. I'm like a child. I got shoes and shirts and Nintendos. I need to grow up, dude. I'm afraid of taking a woman over here and she's like, why do you live like this? Jesus.
Just
You got,
me
like,
in here.
toys.
Just, hi.
Yeah, just lava lamps, and it is the apartment for big, and like fucking video games and toys. I think I should put the toys away. The only thing about this motherfucker is you got to get the tobacco.
Yeah, he has
Get
Buzz
stuck in
Lightyear.
here.
Buzz Lightyear's out.
Buzz
Superman.
Lightyear, Superman, Super Mario chessboard.
I'm pretty sure Millhouse is over there as well.
Picture of me and Lisa Loeb. And then you have a drawing of Superman.
And then you have a drawing of Superman.
And then you have a drawing of Superman. And then you have a drawing of Superman. And then you have a drawing of Superman. And then you have a drawing of Superman. And then you have a drawing of Superman. And then you have a drawing of Superman. And then you have a drawing of Superman. And then you have a drawing of Superman. And then you have a drawing of Superman. And then you have a drawing of Superman. And then you have a drawing of Superman. And then you have a drawing of Superman. And then you have a drawing of Superman. And then you have a drawing of Superman. And then you have a drawing of Superman. And then you have a drawing of Superman. And then you have a drawing of Superman. And then you have a drawing of Superman. And then you have a drawing of Superman. And then you have a drawing of Superman. And then you have a drawing of Superman. And then you have a drawing of Superman. And then you have a drawing of Superman. And then you have a drawing of Superman. And then you have a drawing of Superman. And then you have A guy did that for me on my birthday on a napkin.
It's pretty good.
Got a gel blaster from.
You should get a little frame for it. That'd be cool. You just hang it up.
Yeah.
Like a little frame like that.
I know. I need to get a little frame
tight.
because it's on a little napkin. He drew that in like 1 minute. He's a genius.
Frame.
His name's Stevens, and he's incredible, dude. He did it on my birthday. He's
Nice.
like, "What's your favorite superhero?" I said, "Superman." He drew it like a 3D printer with a marker and a napkin. He's like, it was incredible. Maybe I'll make that the episode art for this one.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Great. And he wrote, "Happy birthday to Superman." And I was like, got a picture of me and Lisa Loeb looking all good.
So what next, Matthew?
Dude, I don't know, man. I've been not sleeping, stressed out. You know, the uncertainty with like all the bullshit going on with the economy. Every time I turn on the news, it's like all the money is gone for no reason. It's like, fuck. Really?
That's your first problem. Turn that off.
Oh, dude. And
Turn
they're
it
like,
off.
Where did the money go? On like NPR, Mary Louise Kelly's like, did Trump eat all the money? And they're like, well, Mary Louise, he did eat all the money. Trump ate the
money.
I ate all the money. I ate your 401k.
Delicious.
Yeah. And then NPR, they're basically like, just how stupid is Trump? And they're like, well, he's very stupid. And we'll see what happens. We're all going to die.
Is that why you're depressed, Matt?
I think I've been depressed I can't get this little motherfucking thing out, dude. I shouldn't need to fuck with this. No, it's just not having a job. Like you said, the uncertainty.
Well, you got to enjoy it.
I have been. I've been going to the gym more, eating more. I hope I don't gain weight because I'm not waiting tables, so I'm not walking around all day. I've been swimming more, going to see the girls at the pool that totally want nothing to do with me. It's nice.
It's
nice to be completely ignored by the opposite sex, you know?
Well, what are you supposed to do at a pool, though?
Yeah, like what are they supposed to do? Just come up to you? Oh, my God. I can't get this motherfucker
What are you
out.
doing?
I'm going to call this guy. It's stuck in there. It broke off. Well, I'm fucked. Back to cigarettes. No, it's got a piece stuck in there. Piece de resistance. Yeah, man, I don't know. What we're going to do. You're still looking for jobs, right? You got any interviews or anything coming up?
Not really.
Me neither.
Every time I look at jobs, it makes me sad. And it's like, what do I want to do? And I try not to think about it too much. That's why I don't turn on the news and watch bad shit, because it's like I have to focus on what really matters. And Trump being president doesn't really affect me because it's like...
Not yet. Yeah.
Right.
Maybe not ever.
I have to figure out this.
Yeah.
This.
We'll have to get a job soon, right?
Yeah.
Also what?
But also it's like this self-realization and growing up and realizing like, shit, I'm almost 40. Okay, like...
You're not even 40 yet?
39.
Oh, bro. Yeah, it hits you.
I know, and it's like, do I really have to just put up with the suck to grow up? Or can I just do it at my own time and my own leisure and figure out my life? And I think internal mindfulness and discipline is very important as you get older, because what are you going to do? Yeah.
And it definitely gives you a base to not go crazy because you have a schedule and you'll get a job. You know, you got a job. Every time I lose a job, I'm like, I may never get a job again. It's just like with women. You're like, you'll get one. You just got to keep applying, you know, and going on dates is like interviews, you know. And then
yeah, that's right.
I love at the end of a date when you know it just she's not that into it. I mean, she's just being polite. It's just like a bad interview or like an interview where you know you're not going to get the job. Yeah. And at the end, she's like, they say the same thing at the end of an interview when you didn't get the job at the end of a date. They're like, well, hey, it was great to meet you. This is a lot of fun. And, you know, best of luck. They never say like, let me get your number. Let's do it again. They're like, and, you know, and thanks for coming out again and have a great day. You're like, fuck. And you have to just sit there and go like, great. Yeah, you too. Yeah. Maybe we could do it again sometime. And they go like, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of busy, but we'll get in touch. We'll be in touch.
But that's how we should apply towards women and jobs. Is like, I'm going to have to interview this person when I go out on a date with them. Yeah. Do I really want to go interview this person? Same thing. Do I really want to go interview for this job?
No. Or am I just do you want to be alone forever and jobless forever? You kind of have to. And if a girl was into you and you're into, isn't it nice when you know right away, like there's something behind the eyes or like body language, or they're always smiling or like blushing or like touch your arm or laugh at your shit or like you finish like a drink and you're like, she's like, you want to go somewhere else? And then she's like, do you want to like can you drop me off my car? And it's like, yes. Like, you just feel that.
Yeah.
That's the best. When you're just in there, like, you're gelling and it's real and you're having a great time and time's flying. And then, like, you're the last people at the bar. You're like, oh, damn, we've been talking for 3 hours. And that's the best, dude.
Yeah.
And it's so rare that it, like, to have someone that it's like what are the odds of someone liking you as much as you like them? Like, it's got to be not that, right? Like, not that common. Because it's like, again, on Hinge, whatever, you talk to hundreds of girls. Maybe you go on a date with 5. Maybe you actually really go on more than a couple dates with 2 or 1. For me, at least, you know what I mean?
But
getting through those layers, it's like American Idol, like into the next round, you know?
That's true.
So,
but there's sometimes I just would match with the person just because of my wiener. Because I would be like, I would think with my wiener instead of thinking with my actual like heart and mind and be like, ooh.
Yeah.
I'd be like, this looks easy. Let me see if I can get this. And then it's like, yep, okay. What'd you do? Oh, I did this, and I knew that I could do this, and I shouldn't have done that, you know?
It's just funny that, like, Justice is like, dude, me and Seth will be at the gym, and the hottest girl will just be staring at him, and it'll just be like, and just go away. And it's like, that girl, and then she'll, like, come and try to talk to you and be like, are you using this machine? You'd be like, yeah, almost done. Oh, cool. Like, I just started coming here. You're like, great. And then you just leave. It's like, didn't you see? She was trying to. And you're like, I know, but like you said, I think you explained it. You're like, I just don't want all the. It's just another interview, another.
Right.
Here we go, like the whole thing. But it's like, if they're hot enough, I will eat untold buckets of bullshit. You know what I mean? Because you are used to getting hot girls. In fact, I think you only get like 7s and 10s. You know what I have to do to get a 7? I got a Herculean effort. I mean, just. I gotta pull out all the rabbits out of the hat. I gotta just balls to the wall, engines blasting.
You and I were talking about this because there was 2 twins at the pool. I thought they were twins.
They look like twins,
but they were talking about the dumbest.
Yeah,
things.
Girl stuff like Charlie XCX, whoever that is,
and Matt and I were walking back.
Yeah,
towards,
pop stars and album covers. And I was like,
yeah, and Matt and I were walking back to the apartment. He's like, "Oh, I would love to." Whatever with whatever. I was like, dude, but like think of the conversations you're gonna have with this person after you bang. Or, you know, and it's like, and if you get in a relationship, like you're gonna hear like conversation you heard in the hot tub times 20.
Yeah.
You know, like ooh.
Right after you bang, you're like, that's the true you. That's the true relationship when you're both done having sex. Then the first thing.
That nut clarity, that post nut clarity.
Then the first one it's like a sales call, the first one to talk loose. Like, what do you think? It's like thinking I wish you wouldn't ask me that and shut up. But, yeah. That's so weird. It must be I think that's a guy thing, because I think after girls have sex with you, they want to, like, cling to you. And then we're just like, I got to get out of here and find another one. You know, I did it. Mission accomplished. I got to go make more of me with other, in case this one gets eaten or something, and this one dies. I got to get another one in the, you know what I mean? It's like diversifying your portfolio. Like, I need a lot of me out there. I think that's every guy instinctually, right? They deny it, but, like, okay, 10,000 years ago, the males that were survived had more offspring, right? That would defend them, and they would defend, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe that's dumb.
I'm thinking about what you're saying, and I'm trying to think, like, yes, there's been times where I've wanted to leave right after being with somebody, but it's like there's some people I wanted to hang around, you know, which is
that's
weird
how you really like them.
Yeah, but
I've been
hasn't
there
happened
too.
in a very, very long time.
I think there have been a couple girls where I just didn't realize how strong I was coming on. Like, they'd wake up, I'd just be staring at them like, good morning, beautiful. They're like, ah. Like,
did you?
No, but it was like that cringe. Like, couldn't sleep, just kept staring at you. Like, not like that, but like just the most emo, like teenage boy kind of thing. Like it's a turnoff when someone's too into, like, I've had it happen with girls with me. It's like just like too into you, and they say shit where you're like, I can't stop thinking about you. You're like,
yeah, that's weird.
You're like, yeah, you're great too, and you just feel like, you know, it's just like you showed your whole cards. I've done that a lot.
Kind of like the beginning of Wedding Crashers, where it's like, I love you,
yes.
And like it's like what?
And you show your cards too soon, and then you feel like embarrassed. Like I went on a date with a girl that I still just I love it. She's just great, or you know, I did probably not anymore, but like I knew her in college, and I met her on Bumble before the pandemic, and first date, it was going great, and I just was like, never mind. And then she's like, what? And I'm like, oh, nothing. She's like, no, now you gotta say it. And I'm like, I had a crush on you in college. I thought you were super cute. And she was like flattered, and we still went on dates after that. But like, right when I said it, I was like, fuck. I gave up too much.
You did.
I gave up the high ground.
Yeah.
I sacrificed the high ground.
You always have to keep
I
the
didn't
high
know
ground,
why
man.
I did that. Why did I say that? Just why did I tell her my true feelings? Why didn't I just bury them beneath a bunch of superficial bullshit like a normal person? Why did I just come out and say my honest, true, unadulterated, raw feelings? That's not date one stuff. That's like,
Yeah.
do you have sex?
That's like a month. Into it, when there's like you're already in a relationship, you're like, hey, by the way, I have to tell you.
Yeah, right. Then the
Yeah.
cat's out of the bag. Like you're already,
Yeah.
it's already
It's already
you're like-
sealed.
Yeah,
You're
like,
in there.
You're like, to be honest, I had a big crushing in college, but then it's just endearing. Like, oh, like,
Then she was
really?
like, I wish you told me this sooner. I'd be like, sorry,
Yeah,
gotta keep that hand.
I'm not gay.
Gotta keep that
Why would I
hand.
tell you sooner? I'm not a gay guy. That's for gay guys. Saying your feelings right away. Not for real men. Real men just deny they even have feelings until they have a fucking stroke.
A mental breakdown.
I do feel like that's like a lot of guys like why did guys die at 56 and 60? Because they never admitted, like, they went to war. They're like, you want to talk about it? Like, no. They're like, oh, your wife broke your heart. You want to talk about it? No, fine. No, keep working. And then just
They just borrow that shit up.
yeah, I don't need to exercise or talk about it. I'll just drink a little more, smoke a little more,
Yep. Then all
and
of a
beat
sudden,
my kids a little and yell at little league games, and it'll be fine. Yeah,
and then all of a sudden you're this, Matt. Y'all boys want the buffet?
you have the that Bill Burr joke when guys just snap and
Yeah.
yeah, it's terrifying. Yeah, getting old, man. But you were doing a good job. You're doing the best job. You don't smoke. You don't drink. You got any vices. You exercise every day. You stretch. You eat right. You're like it's like if your body was a car, that thing would have a lot of miles on it, but it'd be
Toyota.
well maintained. Everything, all suspension tight. Everything's brake pads and fluids. All
Toyota boys.
yeah. You'd be a Toyota. I'd be a Geo Metro, owned by a crackhead. Putting windshield wiper in the gas tank and
My
fluid.
brother and I always had a game. We'd be in the back seat.
And you punch each other.
Hey, you suck. No, we'd every time we see a Geo Metro or a Geo, we would throw a grenade at it. And so we go, oh, Geo. So we'd be just hyper, probably just had fucking like peanut butter sandwich, gushers, cookies, chips, and a Coke to wash that down. And my mom's like, all right, we're going somewhere. And Jared and I are making up stupid games in the back where we blow up Geo Metros with a fucking like grenade. And like just certain cars that would only be like we'd blow up. Geo Metro was one of them.
That
You
was
need
on the
Geos.
top of the list.
Yeah.
I think it was made by Chevy or something, or GM, right? Probably GM, right? I don't know. It's one of those
Yeah,
big.
you got a Geo. You got a Geo Metro.
I learned how to drive in a Geo Metro. So I was 16, driver's ed. Pretty cool. Probably the funnest class ever. Learned to drive. Milestone. You're in the little portable building after school. All the other 16-year-olds sat next to a really hot girl. Pretty nice. I remember we were looking through the manual, the driver's ed manual, and then I get to the page where it's about the emergency parking brake. And it was, in the older cars, it was the emergency parking brake in the middle where you push the button. And
Yeah.
It's a handle, and you pull it up.
Yeah.
And it's that handle. And a kid, and there's a picture of a guy like before and after and holding it with his hand and had his hand wrapped around. It was like a picture drawing. And some kid had drawn in the manual, like in parentheses, right next to the hand, jerking off.
Nice.
And it still makes me laugh. Like, he was like, I gotta just, what if this was like jerking off the car? Like, just jerking off. And he put like motion lines around the hand. And I was like, they were doing, I just turned the page and I was like, he just had to do it. He just saw that and was like, I gotta let some other player know.
Yeah. That I'm
Jerking
thinking.
off. Like, not even like jerking himself, jerking the car off. It's
Yeah.
not even sex. It's just, but it was like,
Because once you have that hand motion where you're like this,
and then it was
then
just
you go-
picture one, picture two. And it
His
was
first
picture
thing was
two
like-
where it's up like a dick. Yeah.
he was thinking that more
Right.
like, he's like, I have to let this be known.
Yeah, he like circled it, and then it was like one of those like addendum like Footcliff notes, where they
Yeah.
put an asterisk and like.
If you weren't thinking this-
no, it wasn't jerking off. It was jacking off.
Yeah, jacking
He
off.
wrote jacking off in parentheses and wiggle lines around my hand. I was dying. I think I laughed the whole class. I couldn't stop.
Just kept thinking about it.
Why? Why did you do that? And then This old gym teacher taught me how to drive. No, it was just an old driver's ed teacher. He was like retired, and this is what he did for fun. Go joyriding with 16-year-olds.
That sounds terrible.
Oh, no, it was one of those things like we were still afraid of teachers. This is the 90s where you didn't talk back and you just did whatever the teacher said, and you had no say in it. It was a dictatorship. You did not yell back teacher. You didn't tattle on teachers. You just took it.
But I'm saying, like, if you're doing that for fun, like you're retired, you're like, I'm going to go drive.
I don't know how much fun he had, but he did it.
Jeez, I couldn't.
And I remember he was like an older guy, big, thick glasses, and he had a Geo Metro. And so I'm driving his Geo Metro, and he just used it as an excuse to do his errands while he's teaching us to drive. He's like, all right, now, what we're going to do is we're going to practice pulling into this convenience store parking lot and parking. He's like, I want you to back into the spot. Good. I'm going to go run in and get some menthol cigarettes. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Leave the car idling. And I was like, okay, this is weird. And then he gets cigarettes, and he's like, all right, now let's make a left turn into Perfect. All right, now let's go to the drive-thru. And we just did his errands. We went to the store. Yeah, and then
I see why he did it now. This is fun.
And
he's like, I'm gonna get these little boys to drive me around.
He got paid to run his errands.
Yeah. Pick up my dry cleaning.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some cigs, a 40, some takeout.
He got paid to have a chauffeur.
Yeah.
He got paid to have a driver.
And you got to yell at him. It's like, slow down.
Yeah, yeah. I was good, though. And, like, I was, like, pretty taken seriously because I wanted to pass. I really, really tried in that little Geo. And I knew it was, like, a shitty car, but I was like, this is sweet. I was like, I'm driving. This rules. I wish this was my car. It was all little.
It'd be fun to have one now if you just, like, had a lot of money and someone was like, hey, you want to buy this Geo Metro for $1,200? You'd be like, sure.
Drive the shit
and
out
you
of
just
it.
drive around, like, your property, just like.
Do you remember, like, the first time you drove around with your boys when you were, like, 16?
Yeah.
Was it fucking badass, right?
Like, getting in a car
first time
with
like,
a friend that wasn't, and my parents weren't around, I was like.
Blasting music.
I'm like, I'm free.
Blasting music.
Yeah.
Had to be loud as fuck.
Yeah.
Joking, fucking.
Yeah.
Going to the drive-thru, getting slushies.
What's scary is 16-year-olds are driving. That's what scares me. If you think about 16-year-olds.
We were pretty, like, my parents were like, if you fuck this car up, you will never drive. Like, they were like, if you even, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, this is serious business.
Yeah.
Do you think it's scary, though?
I think it's scary now. I think
they're not driving now. They take lifts, Ubers.
Oh, that's true. But think about how many, like, we didn't have phones when we started driving.
Oh, yeah. You were in a wreck.
So we concentrated so much more probably now because of not having phones and being like, I am moving. I am in a car.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
Now it's like someone texted me LOL. Hold on. Let me just look at that for.
Yeah,
dude, they show you those videos in defensive driving about people that died looking at a tweet, and the tweet was just like, what the, or whatever. And it's like, or they were writing a message and it was just a response to something dumb.
Wouldn't that suck? That's how you, like, end a person's life or cause, like,
or
a
kill
crash.
Yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, this like 18-year-old or 17-year-old kid slammed right in the back of a semi that was like parked, and he just slammed to a parked semi, just not looking, just like, drifted, and just killed himself for nothing. And it was just like, I don't even. Yeah, the phone's off when I'm driving, so Jesus. Keep your phones off.
Keep your phones off. Period. Just keep them hose.
Or that's thinning the pool of dummies.
Get a dumb phone.
Yeah.
Get a map.
No one deserves to go out like that.
Get back to the early 2000s.
You ever been in a really bad car crash?
On my buddy's property, we flipped a truck.
Like where you were like physically hurt or no?
Dude, so we were in a truck on my friend's hunting lease property. And it's this old truck. The windows are down. He starts fishtailing, and we're like, oh, this is fun. And we're like 16, 17. And so he fishtailed again. The windows are down. So he was going like, we flipped twice over a fence. I woke up on top of him. The truck.
Did you have seatbelts on?
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And
the windows were open?
Yeah. And so I wake up, I'm on top of him. My window's up there. I wake up, I'm on top of him. I'm like, oh shit. And I look up and I see the window, and this small piece of glass just goes boop right here.
In your eye?
In my eye. And it's like this. I'm like, holy shit. But I get up. He wakes up. I climb out. Because the door won't open. I'm climbing out. And he comes out and was like, he goes, what do we do? I go, run. And we just started running to back to the lease. And then like the dad came out. He goes, I can't believe y'all boys ran away from this. And y'all didn't get hurt or anything because the truck was flipped over a barbed wire fence. The windows were open. And then I get back to the lease and I go like, I look in the mirror and I do this and that piece of glass. And I was like, shit.
Whoa.
That was it, though.
Could've
That
been
was
in
the
your
only.
eye.
Yeah.
It could have lodged in there.
Dude, I could have fucking flew out that.
You could have
fucking
had an
window.
arm out the window.
Yeah.
Snapped off like a crab leg.
Good Lord, protect me that day.
Dude, I knew a guy, my next door neighbor died like that. Started fishtailing on the highway, not drunk or nothing. Truck started fishtailing. Couldn't get it back. Gets worse and worse. Starts rolling. Seatbelt on. Window open because the AC wasn't working, so window cracked. It's the summer. Window cracked enough where he starts rolling. Head hits the cement out of the window.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, just died instantly. So glad that didn't happen to you, brother. Because damn, so many things. Like I almost broke my neck so many times as a kid. It's shocking I'm still here. It makes me think there is like a plan or some kind of, because I could have been dead by.
Like if they're angels, do you think there's angels, Matt?
I don't think about. There's Callie. I think she has dementia. Poor little girl. She keeps. Or she's hungry. Callie, come podcast.
Yeah,
come
get up here.
You old bag. I don't believe in angels. I don't know, but I you know.
To think that you and I are here after all the dumb shit probably that we've been through, and like
survival and I don't know.
The fact that we can walk, talk, and
Very
hear
lucky.
and listen and everything else.
Just you remember that guy in Australia, that like a rugby player, and he put like a slug in his mouth or a lacrosse player, I don't know, but he like was goofing around. He put a slug in his mouth or like swallowed a slug at a party. He's like a teenager, and like a day later he's like deathly sick, and then he almost died. He's in a coma. And they got out of the coma and he couldn't like really talk much or move, and he was all fucked up, and then he died like a couple years later.
From a slug.
Yeah, slug. Because it was like this bacteria that's in him that's deadly, and he just thought it was funny. Swallowed the slug and just fucking fucked him up. So the slug's revenge, dude.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid...
That'd be our heavy metal band.
Slug's revenge. When I was a kid, I just would do stuff for attention because I just think I want attention to be cool because I was like the youngest kid on my block, so I'd always do crazy shit just to... seem cool and dumb shit. And I remember there was like a bird poop on the mailbox, and I just grabbed it and stuck it in my mouth and then spit it back out, and everyone's like, dude. And then like I just went to Pizza Hut that night with my parents, and then I think I told them like a month later, I was like, yeah, as a dare I put they're like, never do that again. They're like, what?
Yeah, that's bad.
Why did you do that? I was like, I don't know, I thought it'd be funny. They're like, did you swallow it? I was like, no, I spit it out. But they're like, Jesus Christ. It's like, so that could have been me. I could have been slugged up like Slug Man. And again, just like we talk about this, like when I'm trying to quit smoking and stuff, it's like to do something to yourself that no one made you do. Just like these goddamn tariffs that we're doing to our, well, Trump's doing to us, but like none of this needed to happen. Like this is all your own doing. You could have done nothing. Like so many things in life, and just like all those things, like you're like, I'm gonna go get a drink, one drink late at night, and you get in a wreck and kill yourself because you're a little too drunk or something, or hit somebody, and all didn't need to happen. You know, it was all avoidable. You just one time I met this girl at the bar in Midland. She's kind of greasy, kind of skanky, but you know, hot. And she invited me like an after party after the bar. And like right when I get home, it started to rain, and then it started to pour, like flash flood pouring, like so hard it's like you couldn't even walk. But I wanted to go to this party. It's like a couple blocks away or a mile away. So I get in my car and I start driving. I'm like, man, it's really coming down. Get to this intersection right by our house, stuck. Water's rising up. I call my dad. I'm like, what do I do? He's like, where's the water at? I was like, it's almost at the bottom of the door. He goes, you need to get out of that car right now because pretty soon you're not going to be able to open the door. And if that car floats away with you in it, who knows what's going to happen. I said,
whoa.
I get out of the car, keeps flooding. Whole engine is flooded. Car's just stuck there. All because I wanted to. And it was like a party with like 4 other dudes and this girl. I was like, what an idiot. And I like cried like a bitch at the party. He's like, I fucked my car up. And I slept on the couch and she like made fun of me. My Altima that I had before I got this one. And I put a new engine in it and it was fine. But man, just didn't need to happen. So many things. Just.
Could be avoided.
All could have been avoided.
Yeah.
From that to Vietnam to I don't know. There's so many things you don't need to do. It's like, why are we just
Impulse.
do nothing? Do nothing, and you'll be better off. You know.
Yeah.
Like not smoking. Smoking is doing something. Not smoking, just don't do it. Just like drinking, just don't do it. It's actually less work. It's easier. You don't have to go to the store. You don't have to open it. You don't have to go pee after. You know, it's like just don't.
You have to reroute that energy, bruh.
Like you've wired your brain to be like a clean machine.
It takes time.
I'm like a coal engine from the 1900s. Still never updated my hardware. I'm trying though.
It's what it is impulse control. It's a lot of being very mindful. Like, I'm about to do this. Why am I about to do this? Is this going to better me in any shape, form, or any way? No. Okay, I probably shouldn't do this. What else should I do besides this one thing? Let me go do this instead. Cool.
Easier said than done. Well, no, you just like you got just one step at a time. Just like all this shit I did today. I just started doing it, and then it kind of just happened.
That's right. And now look at us.
That's the secret to life. One foot in front of the other, and you just like healthy habits build on themselves. And man, you want to feel like a real piece of shit. I listened to that interview on Rogan with Jeremy Renner. That guy ran over himself with a snowplow, and again, it's all your own doing. And it was just an accident, but he's back, and his eye popped out, and his whole like 38 bones crushed, and he's back, and it's like, and he said like, man, that'll get you revved up because he's like, what choice do you have? You have to be your best. What else can you do? What are you gonna be your second best in this only life that you have? What are you gonna What are you gonna give up? What choice do you have? What are you gonna quit? He's like, yeah, no choice. Life's pushing you forward. Why wouldn't you do your best? Why wouldn't you do better than your best? Why wouldn't you give it everything you got with every moment? And then he's like, I don't waste time on news anymore. I don't listen to bullshit on Facebook. I don't have time for that. It's all bullshit. And I never get on Facebook anymore. I have friends that post about Trump, these long paragraphs. I'm like, what are you working for, like Newsweek? Like, who's reading it? Like, nobody's asking you to do this. It's just taking up time in your head from your kids. These guys have families. Every day they're like writing about Trump, and they think it's a profound thought, and it's like they just get a bunch of people to agree with it already.
Well, you have
to, like, what is this for? Who is this for? Just you bitching? It's like they're talking about he's a Nazi and all this stuff. It's like, maybe, but like, is this going to be like who's going to read this and be like, you know what? This guy's right. Let's change. Let's just, I don't know. Like, you're not changing anything. It's not healthy, I don't think.
Right. That's why I don't listen to it. And neither should you.
Dude, I'll see myself posting, like, I have to say this. And then I'm like, just delete it. I do that all the time. Or I'll post it and be like, instant, be like, I don't want the backlash. Just delete it.
It's not even worth hearing. It's all this right here.
Hear no evil, see no evil. Well, I mean, I'll think the thoughts. Like, I don't like shit that's going on, but what's me posting about it?
No, you just turn it off.
What profound thought am I going to have that?
But you have to turn that off. Imagine if you didn't look or see that every day.
It's stupid.
And you were going about your life, and you did not hear the negativity about Trump or people's, or NPR or whatever else, and you didn't have that seeping into your ear holes and affecting your outlook on the day. I don't deal with it because it's all negativity, and it brings me down.
Yeah. And you can post about it, but that'll just make you stew about it more, and then someone will be like, you're wrong. You're like, no, fuck you, fuckface. And then you're in this thing, and it's just like, it's just, it's just stressing me out. I haven't, the only things I post on Facebook are like, if I'm on vacation with my family or something, or like see something really crazy looking, like a crazy looking thing, and I'm like, look at this shit. Or something hilarious. If I see something, I take a picture of it, like a homeless guy with his ass out, or I don't know, just something awesome. I'm just like, well, that's going on. Or, I wouldn't post that, but like a crazy armadillo that fucking takes a bath in our little pond here, like fun shit, like that's like funny, or my cat doing something crazy, then maybe. But really, it's like, what's the point? Like,
so my brother has his Facebook still, and all of his stuff is just, he tuned it and fine-tuned it to all just Buddhist postings and like his lamas and teaching. So anytime he clicks on it, it's things that are uplifting,
positive, and informative.
And it's like, that's the thing with social media, with Facebook, with news, with what you put in your, like, same thing with music. It's like, if it's negative, all it's going to bring out is negativity in you. That's it.
Yeah, frequencies.
Yep, that's it.
And why would you want to live that way? I guess every time I get on Instagram, it's just AI tits. It's like, would you like some AI tits? AI grandma as
Dude,
like
we shouldn't
perfect
be looking,
shiny tits. It's terrible.
We are so over-sexualized. We shouldn't have that.
You don't even jerk off, right?
No. How
do you not do that? It's incredibly.
There's times where it's like, but I'm with somebody. It's always when I'm with somebody. It's like,
well, that's not jerking off. That's just sex, right? Jerking off with someone else's body.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you get horny, you'll be like on a nap, and you'll be like, I gotta go. I'll be right back. And then 30 minutes later, you're like, whew, that was fun. She had to go to bed early. You're like, well, I'm gonna go eat something. Like, you do it the right way. You go have sex with a woman and get it out of your system. I'm trying to not do the old self-service there.
We've
taking
spent
a page
too
out
many
of your
years
book.
doing it. Think about it. Like, how many years, hours, like moments of fleeting dresses has flown out your body? A lot.
Bad.
And when you do it with someone else, you're like, okay, this is why we and tribes and people back in the day would save up their energy for the time of procreation.
Yes.
It's because it's like, here we go. If we're doing this, it's
We're
going to be
doing it.
like not just give you like, oh, by the way, I masturbated yesterday twice.
And I got
now,
a half-hard dick.
Yeah.
I can
it's like,
half fuck you with a half-limb dick. Yeah.
yeah. We're supposed to save
Yeah.
those juices. It's vital fluids and energy.
Yeah. Like Dr.
And-
Strangelove, our precious juices.
Yes.
Precious fluids.
All she wants from you is your man juice.
Your man juice.
Same so, man. Does it show how much like the time on there?
We should wrap it up. We covered a lot of ground, buddy.
That was pretty good for a comeback episode.
Unemployed, 40-something. Well, you're not 40. 2 unemployed, middle-aged guys just
Sitting back and
living their best life.
That's
with
right.
The new equipment. I hope it sounds all right. I think it sounds pretty good.
We'll give it
I
a
think
whirl.
the rubbing went away. I think that was me rubbing the cord. I think this is how we're going to have to do it.
Yeah, you like that?
Feet up. You like that? And look at this, Seth. Now that we've cut out the middleman. No, Hoot, we love you. This is, again, he ran the board and the equipment and was a godsend with all the badass mics. And I will thank him into perpetuity. Had to do a workaround, so
We had an itch we had to scratch.
we had to go straight to the wholesale, had to go straight to the supplier.
Totally worth it.
And so now we can put these out on our own, for better, for worse.
That's right.
And Callie's coming to hang out.
Callie, want to say something to the people?
Callie, you want to say something? Yeah? Oh, she's smelling the mic. I can hear that. Callie, you want some food?
Want some gravy?
Maybe she'll go.
Well, Matt, good times. This
Yeah,
has been
hopefully-
a good episode. We covered a lot of ground.
Yeah.
After 2 months on a hiatus of...
Yeah, I went to Bisbee, Arizona and visited my friend Cameron and quit my job, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And you're still looking for a job. We're still looking for jobs and pussy and
What do you want?
booty, pussy.
How come?
It's a good song.
Yeah.
And we got the monkeys, and I guess that's it. We'll finish up, and
See you on the next one.
if anybody's still watching, Wes, Jared, we love you. That's about it. And the other Jared Jimenez, I think from my
Yeah.
work. You were right to leave. Fuck that company. Fuck that restaurant. Bye.